My name is Jerone Wood. I am an elementary PE teacher at Mount Healthy Elementary. Love it. I'm also a city councilman in District 3 here in Columbus, Indiana. I'm also the head track coach at Columbus East High School. I'm also the 7th grade basketball coach at South Decatur Middle School. To me, wellness essentially is your well-being, not just your physical, but your emotional, your social, and your mental, right? But I feel like well-being kind of encompasses all of that. So I feel like whenever you think about wellness, you should think about well-being because they go hand in hand to me. Being that I'm a coach and a teacher, I help people rethink wellness just by maybe opening their eyes to different aspects of that. I know as a basketball coach, the main thing you try to do is worry about the plays and make sure they're working hard at practice. But I feel like taking that extra step and caring about the well-being of the human being and understanding that they're not just a basketball player, they're not just a track athlete, they're not just a student, right? They're a human being. So taking extra time, seeking deep into a human being, maybe asking them how their day is going, things of that nature, making sure once again their well-being is in a good spot. In my personal life, I feel like I prioritize wellness just by making sure I'm good mentally. I feel like that's huge for me. Like I said, I'm a coach, I'm a PE teacher. So as far as the physical aspect, I feel like I do that on a daily, but the mental and the emotional to me is even more important. So certain things I do, I don't read a lot, but I watch a lot of sports. So for me, that's my outlet, is watching sports. I'm a Lakers fan, Cowboys fan, unfortunately. So for me, that's how I kind of stay balanced. Make sure my one is intact. So I think the Rethinking Wellness Initiative is important for Bartholomew County because we have a lot of issues in our community. Two big problems in Columbus that I see would be addiction and homelessness. And I believe those go hand in hand. Those are two huge issues that I see.
Why do you think that exists around here?
It's hard to say, to be honest. I don't think there's anything that I could pinpoint as far as why addiction is an issue. But I will say I think homelessness is an issue because of the addiction problem that we have. I also think maybe the lack of resources to prevent kids from even becoming addicted. I think changing the way you look at addiction, understanding that even though it may not affect you or your family, it affects someone else in our community. And I feel like when you live in a community, you should want it to be a safe place. You should want it to be a place where you're comfortable going outside. And I feel like by viewing the community as a family as a whole, you'll take more pride in the area that you live in and understanding that these are all human beings and addiction doesn't have a name or a title. It can affect anybody. So even though it hasn't affected your home right now, it definitely could. So by changing the way you view it and understanding that they're humans and they just need love, I think that can do wonders. I honestly see a bright future in Bartholomew County if more people started to rethink wellness. I think our numbers of addiction will go down. I think our numbers of overdoses would go down. And I think the amount of people that we see around town, homelessness would all go down as well. If someone's struggling right now, I would just tell them, don't give up. I think giving up is the easiest route, especially if you feel alone. So for those that are struggling right now, to understand that you're not alone, that there are people like myself in this community that love you, that understand that we want you to get better, and we know that you can. As far as resources, I know the ASAP Hub is an awesome resource, and I'm so glad that it's here in Columbus. I think it's a great resource, but I also believe that God, right, is a great resource as well, and there's churches on every corner. So I believe that that's also a tool that I believe someone can use that's going through this type of thing, and understand that once again, you're not alone, because I feel like a lot of people who deal with this are alone, and they have that feeling of being alone, and knowing that you're not going through this by yourself can really encourage someone to get through it.